What up, y'all? Gonna be honest, had a hard time getting myself out of bed to get out and do anything today. For some reason, fighting that laziness, but I did it. I'm here, out on the trail. Axe, got axe. Back out on the trail with me. Got two-word Tony up there. We just came out to our little home trail at Germantown. Supposed to get a little bit sunny later, hopefully. It's a little windy and chilly right now. But yeah. I'm gonna go out here and knock out some miles. See how much spring has changed the look of the forest. And try to have a nice, peaceful little adventure. Today's already starting off one of them off days, so I got to work hard to get things back in alignment. But I keep forgetting things, or not forgetting things necessarily. Things just keep not going according to plan. But just now we just walked down there to get started, and I realized I forgot to spray Axel down with his tick repellent. And that's important out here because this place, the last couple years, like a lot of places in Ohio, has been loaded with ticks. So I want to keep him and myself protected. One thing I don't want is for either of us to contract some nasty disease doing the thing we love the most. Which happens. This right here is what I use. It's all natural flea and tick spray. It seems to work. Seems to work really well. I actually use it. It's for dogs, but I use it on him and me. Come on, buddy. Come on. All right, I'm gonna get him sprayed down and get back down there. Here. Look at this, guys. What did I say? Already. Here, buddy. Come here. Already. There's a tick on him. He's been out of the car for 5 minutes. So let me get this taken care of. Good boy, and look, see that tick is dying. It's falling off. Daggone. I don't know what just happened to it. There it is, I see it. Move. It's right there. Yeah, it's dying. Go. Go, buddy. I don't want to get back on you. Right there. Yeah. So yeah, keep yourself well protected when it comes to these ticks. They ain't no joke, and that stuff does tend to work. Oh hey, forgot to spray myself down. You see, guys? Pull it together, Richie. Pull it together. Yeah, man. So we get up there, and I get the stuff out to spray him down. And I look, and I see a spot right on his ear. And sure enough, tick. I got the whole thing on film, too. The murdering of it and everything. I am assuming it died. Like, it completely withdrew from him, dropped off his ear to the ground, then started trying to crawl away, but it was like real slow. So I blasted it again. You can't overkill a tick, dude. You cannot overkill a tick. I was hoping this winter was harsh enough to kill them off, but signs ain't looking good. What is that? Oh, that's something somebody dropped. I was like, if that's yours. I don't know if this is going to be the last hiking trip or not for a while, but we are getting to the point where it's coming quickly, if not. Because once everything grows up and it's hot, I'm trying to be on the river, dog.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot before too long.
Remember that turtle we used to see every time
That's what I was looking for.
Something I think about now that I never thought about before is how these stones right here were stacked by somebody. Maybe last year, maybe in 1803, I don't know. But they were stacked by somebody. Hoping to spot some morels out here today. I actually haven't had a chance to get out looking for them yet. I haven't had anybody like texted me telling me that they found a bunch or anything like that, so I don't know if they're popping or not, but they should be. Now's the time you should be finding them big old juicy ones. We've had the rain, the wind, and the sunshine. I just don't know if the temperature balance, night and day temperature balance has been right. It seems like it's getting too hot in the day and too cold at night. Yep, Axe, come here. Here. How you doing?
How's it going?
Good, you?
Have a good day.
You too. You didn't even see that dude. Did you?
Man, hopefully it was right there.
I can't wait to watch back the video and see when he popped up, because I did not see him. One big old collection of turkey tails. I mean, me and Two Word Tony up here were just talking. They recently cloned a dire wolf. I'm not sure it's the best idea. What do you guys think? Post in the comments. I'm curious. But it seems like dire wolves might be something we don't want roaming around in the wild at this day and age. And then what's next? Saber-toothed tigers. We've all seen Jurassic Park. We know where this goes. Like Jeremy says with Chat GPT, we've all seen Terminator.
We've all seen Maximum Overdrive too, so we want cars and trucks driving themselves.
True. True. We have seen Maximum Overdrive as well. Dude, Jalen got me good yesterday. I can't remember exactly what it was she did, but it was something. We went out to eat and she did something where it was like the easy way. I said, Jay, that doesn't seem very path of most resistancy. And she goes, yeah, well, you did drive us here in your car, didn't you? I was like, okay. Okay, so there's some holes in my philosophy.
Very cute.
Yeah, Jay, you got me good with that one. Wasn't really anything I could say. I don't know, we probably went the wrong way.
There's a bathroom right there.
I know, I'm about to use it.
Me too.
Are you?
No.
Have to check it out. Yeah, we haven't come this way. This was not the right turn, but it's okay. Sledding Hill Trailhead. Oh, Trailhead and Sledding Hill. Okay, you're at the Sled Hill. I'm still on Boomershine. Interesting. Oh, I know exactly where this is. The Heart Healthy parking is right up there on the right. I know where we're at. So this is cool. We've never, just not that, I never started paying close enough attention until now. But there's a little trail off that trail we were just on. We take a short, let me start over. We're not doing the entire Orange Trail here like we normally do. We're cutting out the prairie section to avoid as many ticks as we can. So there's a bypass that you can take. It's the Purple Trail, and it just cuts off the prairie section. Well, we never noticed there's a little trail up to this parking lot on Boomershine Road before now. And I looked over, and it looked like the view was interesting, so I wanted to come over and see this view. Now I realize exactly where we're at. You know where we're at? That's the Prairie Trail. So we're going to, so that trail,
So we're going that way.
we're going that way. That trail, we would go up here, like normally we would turn left, go to the road, and then cross the bridge. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So this is when we're coming through that trail and we look up the hill to the right. This is the hill to the right. I never realized that that is where we were. I'm telling you, I'm oblivious, man. I'm oblivious. I've hiked this trail. How many times do you think we've hiked this trail? 50?
At least, yeah.
Probably 50. At a minimum 50. We've hiked this trail and I've never noticed this cut up to this parking lot. Or really even thought about where we are in relation to the other spots that we normally hike through. I really want to see some mushrooms. Really want to see some mushrooms popping. Up on top of that hill is where we just were. Normally we would come from that way if we hadn't cut off the prairie section. We'd come from that way and down that trail that I was pointing out earlier, and up here, but instead we cut through the forest and out through here, and now we got to do about 50 yards of road walking. Axel, here. Make sure my doggie's safe. I hate these little road walking sections, even when they're short, because I'm kind of paranoid about my life being in the hands of the driver in front of me or behind me, you know? Yeah, pretty cognizant of that. So used to, you could go right down there and bypass the bridge, but they diverted it. I don't know why, maybe to... I don't know, maybe they think it's dangerous to cross the river or something. Axel, here, stay on the road. Remember last year, I think it was, we walked through here and there was like bicycles down there? Yeah, so the old trail came through here. Come here, Alex, let's go get you a drink. Came through here. Wonder if there's any visible reason I can see why they changed it from down here. These old trees are huge. Camera shifted, I didn't realize it. Hopefully I wasn't just filming the trail the whole time. Man, there's a lot of washout up here. That's probably why, because all the... Here, don't go down there, buddy. I don't want you falling through that. Come here. Okay, come on. Good, buddy. You can play for a minute. All right, come on. About fell. Come on, Axel. Axel, come here. Come on, here. Here. Oh, look at him. You're a soldier, boy. He climbed straight up the bank. Good job. Somebody dropped him off right here. Remember, he jumped out of a truck and blasted into the woods. Yeah, we saw a sneak in here last year. I'll probably edit that out. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, they pulled up, somebody pulled up and he jumped out of a truck and the truck took off and he just blasted straight into the woods, straight back that way, straight into the woods. It is nice coming out here in the spring and just seeing the life come back. Dude, those are great. I'm telling you, it was in our part of Ohio, and I'm sure most of Ohio, it was gray for 2 months.
Felt like it.
Felt like about 2 months. Yeah, it was gray for like 2 months. And it's gray today. Sun is supposed to peek out at some point though. But at least the leaves are growing back and squirrels are running around. I was hoping to see an owl. It was like right here. Remember we were right here, Jeremy, and we saw that big white owl? It like landed up on one of these branches.
Where we were at.
We were right here. That thing was majestic and we couldn't get a picture of it. This was before we were doing the YouTube thing. It knows it's not, it's like that's a fake. I can't whistle for shit today. They've been doing some work back here, man. Look at all the tracks. I'm sure there's a ton of blowdown with the storms we've had. I didn't even think about that. It's getting to see the devastation of the storms we had come through here. That hadn't happened last time we were here. It was still mucky and snowy. Tried everything in my power to not get out of bed this morning and come do this hike. I was trying to be lazy as I could, and finally, I rightfully so convinced myself that I need to take advantage of the opportunity to get Axel out on the trail, because we've been going to new places and I don't like taking them to new places the first time because I don't know what the landscape's like. There's a chipmunk right there. Hopefully I'll remember to zoom in on this. I always forget. I have to edit quickly. Y'all, it takes time. And a lot of times it's time I don't really have. So it's pretty cool. It didn't run off. You see it?
Yeah, right over
there. Yeah. Yeah, I tried everything in my power not to get up and go this morning, but ultimately I convinced myself out of bed because I needed to take advantage of the opportunity to get Axel back out on the trail. He hasn't gotten to go the last few hikes because they've been new places, and I know we plan to do exploring, and I don't know what the train's going to be like. So having him to worry about would be too distracting on me. So since we decided to come here, I was able to get myself out of bed and bring him. Now I'm glad I did. I always am glad I did. But the struggle be real sometimes. So some of you might be asking, well, if you brought Axel, where's Marley? Well, I'll tell you, he's at home. Do I feel guilty for leaving him? I do. More than I should, because he's really just not all that into it. He doesn't get up in the morning and get excited about going and doing things. He's just a little different. He's a rescue dog. So he's just a little different. Like Axel's hiked with me for most of his life. So he's about it. But Marley's been in the clink most of his life. So he prefers his solitude. You know what I mean? Marley's been locked up. So he enjoys having a nice spacious house to himself with a break from Axel constantly alpha dominating him just to assert his position. It's like perpetual. It's not as like intense as it was in the beginning, but it's still there. They're like jumping up on the couch and pushing him out, literally pushing him out of the spot, pushing Marley out of the spot that he's sleeping in. Dude, Axel will do that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Marley will be asleep on the couch. Axel will just jump up and literally just like trample around him and force him out of his spot. I stop it when I catch it, but sometimes I come in and it's just obvious that it happened. The sheet will be all messed up that we have covering the couch. The cushions will be pushed out. That's when I know he did that. Oh, and Marley will be on the opposite side. So here we are. Taking the orange trail. And just noticed this tree. Like, this stuff looks like it'd be good for fire starting if we were camping. Nice thing about this trail is it does have a few outhouses along the way, which I know from having a daughter who hikes with me that makes life a lot easier, especially on the ladies. Come on. Come. X, hold on. Look at this. Little piece of horn coral. All the way up here on this trail. So you know what that means? This was covered by ocean or something, or lake at least, I guess, at one time. Or it could mean that it got dumped here in a truckload of gravel that they hauled out here. Who knows? Here's somebody's little wood-carved bunny, man. Hey, if anybody ever watches this who knows who did this, you don't have to post their information or anything, but let me know in the comments, like, or if you did it. It's pretty cool. So here there was an old homestead at one time. I believe this to be an old chimney. So little kid families would be sitting around here getting all warm and toasty in the winter. Probably had animals out here along the river. The old stonework, when you find it around this place, is pretty remarkable. Again, I know I've shown all this before, but you know, I think repeat visits are good. Familiarize with these places. It's nice to be able to walk around a little more freely, confident in knowing where you are. So you can kind of let yourself get to that mental space here, that mental and spiritual space here after, if you're someone like me, or even from the perspective of having a YouTube channel, you're going to get new subscribers that have never seen your old videos. So it's kind of giving them the opportunity to go back without actually having to go back in a way. And the forest and the river are ever changing. So watching the transition is a pretty amazing process to immerse yourself in and sink into. So repeat visits, just seeing how it evolves over time. The landscape from the storms and the snow and the wind. Or even the people or the animals. Big old white mushrooms growing on that log. And back in there you can see where all the leaves and the branches and the trees have fallen. They're down on the ground, and you can see it's like a really nice transitional phase where the green's coming back in and popping through it. I think that I might have finally found the proper settings for the GoPro. My videos kept coming out not looking as crisp as I expect them to. And I figured it out that I had it totally set on the wrong setting the whole time. Until just 2 nights ago. And I made the new adjustment. So we'll see how this comes out. I was like, are you doing some off-trailing, man? What's Jeremy doing?
I'm going away from the mud.
It's nice and tacky. So we just had a brief interaction with a lady out on the trail taking pictures. She got a nice big camera, one of them long lenses, so she's out there getting some good shots. Oh, look at that. Look at the woodpecker. Look at the woodpecker. Axel, come here. Axel, come here. Oh, it's on the ground. It's on the ground right up here. Oh, I hope we can get this. Axel, come here. Axel. Axel, come here. Axel, here. Here, buddy. Here. Here, come on. Oh, this is amazing. I don't want to get any closer. I hope this camera's picking this up. Heel, Axel. seen anything like this. Slow, just Jeremy, slow. Look how big that thing is, man. Look at that. Dude, that was freaking awesome.
Going out that wood.
As soon as I turned the camera off, there was a deer standing right in the trail. Are we in like Cinderella or something? Like, are we in Snow White? Yeah, look how that piece of wood landed right there in that tree. That squirrel just jumped out of that tree. I keep missing a lot of cool animal stuff, man. Axel's seen it. That woodpecker sighting was cool, man. That was awesome. That's how that owl experience was that we just couldn't get pictures of.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we got some pictures of it. They're just not good
Yeah,
pictures.
I think I had some, but you couldn't really tell.
Yeah. You know where we is? Yo, I woke up this morning not wanting to deal with it, period. But now I got to see a woodpecker from like 20 feet away, and it was one of those big woody woodpeckers. Not like a little punk woodpecker, you know what I'm saying? Like not one of those little chump ass woodpeckers, but like one of them big daddy woodpeckers. I wouldn't have seen that had I stayed in bed. Big daddy woodpecker, Jeremy, get it right. And this sounds exactly how it's supposed to sound. You better recognize, fool.
No, you like the big woodpecker?
Hey man, it's gotta be a big daddy woodpecker, dude. If it ain't a big daddy woodpecker, I ain't got time for it. Does he know what he's saying? He knows exactly what he's saying. He knows exactly what he's saying, bruh. Why do you think I lure you out to the woods so often? Look at that gnarly looking tree right there. It looks like the bad guy in its final form that you have to fight to beat the game. Look how that trunk splits into two trunks and then reconnects into one trunk. That's wild. I've never noticed that before. Heading up to my favorite spot. It ain't my favorite spot, but I do enjoy walking across the dam. I think it's just because there's always a nice breeze. Really, it's wide open. Nice gust of wind cools you off. It has a nice view of the river from up high. Nice vantage point. And if we come from the opposite direction, we're coming out of the old growth forest, which is where all the toughest parts are. So it's nice to get all those things I just mentioned and a nice flat straightaway to walk on for a minute. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
This isn't a good spot. This isn't a good spot for a nice little straightaway with a good breeze. So the water out here will it'll fill up. That's why they have those measuring sticks. It'll fill up here, and I imagine it did when we got all that rain.
I forget how high it was. I seen it online.
Yeah, I have to look that up. Maybe if I can remember, I'll look it up before the video and edit it in. If I totally forget it and somebody thinks to do it, post it in the comments. See, how high was the Germantown Dam at its peak within the last 3 months? There's lots of washout, man. So if we kayaked up to the dam, all the way to the dam, we would have been getting out and having to find a place to pull out. Probably right there. Go through the woods, drag it up here. Cross over the road, back down to the other side. The other side is where I've been putting in for kayaking. It's on the other side of this dam that I'm hiking on. Look at all that washout, man.
Yeah.
Wait till you see the river if we go tomorrow, dude. It's so different than last year. There's at least 2 spots that I'm very well aware of when I'm coming up on them that I didn't even see on the last trip, and I did see them the trip before. You know what I mean? But the water just got that much higher and changed the landscape that much. It washed away a bunch of bank. Yeah, that tree coming down, boy. That's one of them, like, let's hurry up and get out from underneath it. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Axel Pose in the house. He's a happy camper. Up, Axel, come here. Here. It's funny, the energy Axel has with other dogs is 100% that. I don't want no drama, but we can dance if you want to. You know what I mean? Right. Heel. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you guys?
Very good. Enjoy your hike.
You too.
There's a huge tree down up there. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Man, I have the cameras punching through to. That is enormous. Hey, Jeremy, let's climb up there to it.
Yeah, you go right ahead. I'll wait right here.
Axel, stay. Okay. Good boy. It's a good dog right there. That's a good dog right there, y'all. All right, back down the trail. Back on down the Trizel. I haven't seen not one morel mushroom. I thought that at least, I know I'm trail hiking, but I thought I'd at least catch a glimpse of one, but we got a ways to go, so there's still hope. I had to stop and take my legs off my pants because I'm freaking cooking. Yeah, man, this is a really good view of the fall to summer transition of spring. All the green popping back up through the brown. Bet you there's some mushrooms down there. I got a buddy I play poker with, Kenny. He watches my videos. What up, Kenny? I swear, Jeremy, if there was a mushroom down there by them logs, he'd have seen it already. And I'm not joking. Like, I'm not joking. He would have seen it already. We'd be walking on our way to it. He'd be not telling me where it is. He'd be not telling me where it is the whole time, other than just knowing it's in the direction we're moving. He'd be like, you see it yet? You see it? I don't see it, Kenny. He'll be pointing them out in this video. The size of this big old hollow tree that we've probably just walked right past 90 times. It's pretty wicked. Nah, I think this has been down for a while, ain't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, man, there's some blowdown since we were last here. Look at the size of that, man. It's that tree right there, ain't it? The top of it.
It might be.
It's another one of those trees where two trunks can bind into one. I wonder, that has to be intentional. Anybody know anything about that type of tree or what causes that? Post it in the comments, please. Thank you. Like, they'll grow up and like ribbon out and come back together. You seen it earlier in the video. The wind cuts through them real nice, so they get the breeze, you know what I mean? They get all the things they need on these hillsides. Plenty of wood for them to munch on. Should be seeing some mushrooms. These hills start getting a little toothy.
Damn.
Yeah, break it, Jeremy. I mean, Tony.
Yeah. Say my name. Here's my water bottle.
You having fun, X? Axel's ready to go. Axel's doing what Jeremy normally be doing. Like, come on, let's keep moving. I think you know what I think it is. He knows that swimming is ahead. He does. He knows we're coming up on his swimming spot. Of those 50 times we've been on this trail, he's been with us 35 of them. You know. There's a ginormous saddleback mushroom down there. Some people like to eat those. I do not. They have a very cartilagey texture, and they kind of taste like cucumbers, but not in, to me, not in a good way, because I actually like cucumbers. But I think it's the combination of the texture and the flavor. It just doesn't it just doesn't connect in my head in a way that is pleasant. So I know there's a viewer whose channel is called 3D Relics and Restore, I think. And he commented that he could show us some ways. He lives around here all his life. He could show us some ways around to get to like the earthworks and stuff. Some different ways. So I told him I'd get up with him next time I come out here. And I didn't. But if you're watching, I do just want you to know it's because both times I've been here since I commented, they were both change of plans. We had original plans to go somewhere else, and then something came up kind of short notice, so we had to deviate. So I do plan on getting with you, man, because I am very interested in that and seeing what you know about this place. So I will be getting with you. Yeah, that tree was never down before. We never had to divert around this trail. Man, look how they just fall right out. The whole ground just flops up. Terrifying. Man, sometimes I catch myself slipping, and I did it again today. I didn't start the day off with a prayer. I actually woke up, I just realized it. I actually woke up feeling a little ungrateful, not wanting to get out of bed. But I am thankful and feel very blessed to be able to get out here and do this. So I want to make sure I'm giving God the glory, even when I slip. Mucky. That's why I would expect to see some mushy mushies. I know I'm not looking very hard for mushrooms, but like I said earlier, I thought I'd at least stumble across maybe one off the trail somewhere. Just off the trail somewhere. But Kenny watch this video and be like, there was one right there, right there. There's a Twin Creek, y'all. Not the first time you've seen it, but I haven't kayaked this stretch yet, but I'm going to. Jeremy just told me he ain't been taking any pictures, but I've been watching him take pictures all day. So, nothing, dude. I'm not saying anything. So, more evidence that he might have started his own channel. More to come on this. When you come to a fork in the road, you go orange if you're in Germantown Metro. And you're us today. This is the last hill. This is what's infamously known in our circle as the last hill. And the reason is probably 2 Easters ago, maybe 3 now. Maybe 3 Easters ago, I tricked my wife Lynn into coming out here and doing this hike with me. I tricked her for good reason, but still, it was deceitful. And she was no happy camper. And we actually came the opposite direction, so we were coming up this hill, which this hill will chew you up, even if you're used to it. At least to me. But this couple, we were walking by, and they could just see she had misery written all over her. If you guys watch Jalen's video where she was suffering through the end of our hike, that's how Lynn was, my wife was on this hill. And the couple we passed told her not to worry, it was the last big hill that she would encounter on the rest of the hike. Now, the thing is, technically, that's true. It is, as far as like this meaty of a hill, this steep of an incline. But there's plenty more hills to go. So every time we'd reach a new hill, her anger towards me just amplified, because she kept thinking that the last hill was the last hill, and this hill was the start of the last hills on the last hill adventure with my wife, the Germantown Metro. Yeah, this is a meaty hill, and it goes, we've been coming down for quite a while. It's just this is where the incline or whatever gets really steep and rooty, but the roots also create kind of steps, so yeah, we got some people coming up here.
What's up, Axel?
It's Axel making some new friends.
Yeah, that's a good dog.
Hey, buddy.
I'm Richie, by the way, and that's my buddy Jeremy.
Nice to meet you guys.
This will, if you're okay with this part too, this is for my YouTube channel called The Weirdos Outside.
The Weirdos?
Yeah, The Weirdos Outside. So if you want to check it out later, if you're fine with me using this.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
It's a good dog.
What's up, buddy? Aw.
Yep, I haven't got to get him out hiking in a couple months, so he was looking forward to it. He's 8 years old. Can you believe it?
No, he looks younger for sure. He's a happy dog though today, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Happy camper.
Yeah, I think this hiking keeps him young, so I got to keep at it.
Out here.
Well, that's what they say for all of us, right?
Yeah, I know it works for me, so that's what I mean. It's like,
Use it or lose it.
yeah, exactly. But y'all have a good one.
You too. Enjoy this beautiful morning.
You too. Look at this blowdown. Oh, wait. That's funny. I did not even, that didn't even jump out at me until it did, until that tree. Yeah. I was like, take the path of most resistance indeed. I'll comment if anyone does want to go to the Weirdos Out Loud Teespring page and order merch. I can't tell you when you'll get it. Teespring sucks. I'm going to change it once I almost want to say not too lazy to work on it, but just got a lot of coals in the fire right now, so haven't had the time to focus on it, but I'll get it switched to someone else. Remember when we dared John to climb up that hill? Now I'll climb up that hill. I would not have even, I didn't even try it back then, so obviously I wouldn't have tried it back then. Because he went to that ledge, we're like, no, the top. Then you got Hayden the exact opposite. You got to be like, dude, how about not climb that hill? You can leave one unclimbed. You know what I mean? We'll come back to it later. Hayden's like, I want to climb everything I find. Good drink, buddy. You can drink. Come here, drink. You can drink. Okay, I guess she's good. He really just don't want to let Jeremy take the lead. I think that is what it is. Ready to call in rescue?
Yep. Calling Uber.
Jalen's video, she's like, Mama, come get me. I don't know. What say you?
Which way's the quickest?
What do you think?
I have no clue.
Yeah, we stay on the Orange Trail. We'll be down by the river here in a second. I do feel like we're knocking this trail out, man. We covered ground quick. This might have been one of the least exciting videos I've made recently, but for us, this is relaxing. This was a nice hike. This is nice. I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't even gonna bring the camera today. Because I need to get out and get a hike in without the camera. I think Tony back there would appreciate that too. Sure. That was almost today. But I'm glad that I brought it because woodpecker. Yeah, the woodpecker, Jeremy.
Big Daddy.
The big daddy woodpecker. That made my day. So, haven't seen any mushrooms so far, but did have my closest encounter with a big daddy woodpecker. Funny how all the wind, the blowdowns and everything, really, it appears like devastation, but it's really just the process. It's really just what's supposed to happen. Several trunks coming out of that one base. Look at that. And I think one of them already fell off on the other side. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There would have been 6 of them. Well, there's one of those trees that it still is, that I suspected being a trail marker tree on the ground. So if it is a trail marker tree, that's sad. I remember this branch running up over here too. I remember looking at that before. You see how it's such a sharp angle, Jeremy, and it goes straight up? Yeah, you've seen that one out in Cedarville with me. I forgot. And there's Big Mama. We keep that big daddy woodpecker away from her. Right, Mama? It's actually hard to describe the massiveness of this tree. This tree's huge. I wonder if it's a trail marker tree, actually, because these branches have that sharp bend to them as well. There's another big old tree. it doesn't look as big in the scene as it actually is. It's just impossible to capture. You should come out and see it for yourself. You should definitely come out and see it for yourself. Here, come on, I'm gonna let Axel swim for a minute. Here, come here. This probably ain't the spot for us to go down. Here, let's go over here. Man, this was completely underwater just not too long ago. Look at the ground. I mean, you can tell, and it's completely cleared out a bunch of brush. Here, Axe. Here. 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 I'm gonna take his backpack off and let him swim for a little bit. Let that boy go play for a second. He's been waiting all winter for this. Good play, buddy. You can go play.
What are you looking for? This is mine, man. No. No.
Axel, come here.
Mine.
Yeah, I feel like you wanted some food. You act like you wanted food, boy. Now eat. Hey, eat. Eat. Eat your food. He's like, no, I want a Fig Newton. Axel, come here. Let me jacking people's food, man.
I'll be stealing your shit, man.
He's like, well, Marley ain't here, so I gotta push somebody around. Couple geese. Because I'm not getting in. He like really needs to know it's okay. Good boy. There's a piece of horn coral. I've showed you these, haven't I? You've seen these? Thought they were teeth when we first started finding them.
Nice little.
Look at that. I'm gonna wash it off real quick.
Hell yeah.
You wanna hold on to that? What do you think, buddy? You ready to get on back? You ready to get on back to the car? I feel like you didn't swim as much as you normally would have. Is it because I didn't get in there with you? Oh, I'm sorry, bud. That's all this guy wanted, was a treat. I had it in the bowl, and he won't eat it in the bowl. Then he knocks the bowl over, and he just starts eating the food off the ground. It's like, I don't know. Okay, man, I'm trying.
He takes the path of most resistance.
He does take the path of most resistance. Good boy. You're a good boy, Axe. It's about time we hit the old dusty trail. Head on back to the car. We don't have very far to go. Maybe a mile. So I think this is a 9-mile trek. If you go on all trails and look up the Orange Trail, it tells you it's like 9 miles, maybe 9.5, something like that. That's the version of it we just walked today. There's been a prairie walk added to it that we cut off, that even though the all trails does take you around the prairie now, it's still, that clocks in at usually a little over 11 miles. So you're going a couple extra miles than what all trails tells you. That almost seems to be true in just about every case, don't it, Jeremy? That seems, but you know, I don't know how reliable the tracking is on it or whatever, so who knows, maybe my phone's giving me too much credit. Look at these lovely twins. I wonder why they call this Twin Creek. I've never looked that up. I do see like a lot of twin trees, it looks like. I'm also weird. Look at that tree, how that grew. These old growth, this old growth section of forest is pretty wondrous.
Not doing it.
We're just reading, dude.
I was relaying the information.
Relay the information.
No.
I hate you. Hold on.
Take the phone and read it, bro.
Man. Twin Creek's name in Germantown, Ohio is attributed to the Potawatomi Indians, who named it due to its branching structure. The creek's estimated mean annual flow rate at its mouth is 323.2 cubic feet per second, with a USGS stream gauge near Germantown recording a mean annual discharge of 286.2 cubic feet per second. I don't know what any of that means.
But it was named by the Indians?
But it was named, yeah. Yeah.
See, I couldn't have pronounced that.
You would have done just fine. Look how much this has changed. Man, look at this big, huge tree that fell. Yeah, this was all flooded, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I've been here before, I've gotten here before and couldn't hike because we got like half a mile in and the water was already, it was a lake. This becomes a lake. Probably be the deepest lake in Ohio. If this stayed a lake. Check out this old growth plumbing pipe thing. Should it have something to do with the water in the dam and right?
I have no clue.
Jeremy, tell me what it is, man. I don't know why you're always holding out on me.
I use this for information.
I thought that I had friends that could teach me things.
You do, chat. GPT.
Chat GPT. It's becoming my new little buddy. We were just talking back there. We were just talking about back there about how beautiful of a day it is. Even though it's kind of overcast and gray, the colors are still popping. It's kind of like it's gray enough to make the colors extra vibrant, if that makes sense. Going up the actual last hill before the final little stretch out of here. Oh, look at Jeremy. I got nothing to prove. Got nothing to prove. How'd that feel?
I'll let you know in a minute.
If you don't pass out?
Should have started way back there.
I need food so bad.
I know, man. I'm gonna make you some eggs. Chocolate chip waffles. A lot of coffee.
Go under, under, under. Good boy. Sorry, I got shaky. I forgot the camera was even in my hand. And there's the boardwalk. Right over there is the boardwalk. We defeated a bear. We didn't.
We came close.
Hey, if you watch this far, at the minimum, give it a like, yo. That's all. Give it a like and then go out and hike. Yeah, like I said, you know what you got to do. Like it, then hike it. If you're extra generous, subscribe it. I don't know. That's a freestyle flow. That's that freestyle flow. This half stole from someone that I don't know. I ain't gonna say his name, but I knew him a long time ago.
But his mama was a hoe.
His mama, hey, Axe, come here. His mama was a lovely lady. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, y'all, we did it. Knocked out. Good 9-mile hike. Moderately challenging 9-mile hike, I'd say. Feeling good. We definitely need something to eat because I am starving. I didn't eat anything today, which it happened by accident, but I've been thinking I need to get back to fasting, so it kind of forced my hand a little bit. So I got a good fast in today. I'm gonna go get me something to eat. Didn't find any mushrooms, but did see lots of beautiful things. The forest looks different than ever before. A lot of change from the storms. So didn't find any mushrooms, but definitely found things worth seeing and pieces of myself in a way that I get to now take home, clean up, and take a look at, figure out what they are, what they mean. So signing off, catch you on the next video. Be weird out loud. Hope you had as much fun as I did. Here's something I bet you guys didn't know, that you'd see zebras on today's adventure. Think about that. Never know what you're gonna find coming with the weirdos outside, y'all. Peace.